Welcome, my friends, to your current dystopian nightmare. Why, it won't be coming in the future. It is here right now as AI thoughts and AI bots threaten our very existence. I'm an influencer, an AI influencer. Followers crave my sexy snaps, but I don't exist. Oh boy. Yes, my friends, this is the story of a beautiful fake woman who is generating tons of money for likely the dude who created her. And this is why I've been warning about the AI apocalypse, why I think AI is a big problem. And oh boy, every day when we learn more about the capabilities of artificial intelligence and where we're headed, do we start to realize the extent to which the damage will occur. It's an interesting story, something that I've talked about quite a bit. You go on Instagram and you will already find there are fake women. They don't exist, but it doesn't matter. Many of these guys know they don't exist, but they want it anyway. How long until it's on OnlyFans? Probably already. In fact, I think the story even talks about how this woman charges people for OnlyFans. It's not real. Now, there's a lot to talk about in how AI is going to destroy the world, but there is something funny I want to bring up. Women are about to lose all of their OnlyFans income, and I don't know what they're going to do. Let me just put it this way. You know, you got that Futurama joke about don't date robots, right? Guys are already going online and wasting money by giving it to e-girls, Thots, and OnlyFans. I don't know, what do you call them? Digital prostitutes. They get nothing from this, but they love doing it because it's something guys like doing. Women, you got these stories where they quit their jobs. You got woman who was a nurse. She quit her job to do porn. And look, I know they're like, it's OnlyFans, it's different. Oh, come on, you're a prostitute. You're a digital prostitute. Just own it. You don't got to be mad about it. It's what it is. You're selling sex. You're selling your body to men for money. Now, I guess I don't get to touch you, but sure, whatever. You get my point. So you have these women, like one woman was a cop. She retires, she resigns, and then starts an OnlyFans account. This is going to be really funny because women are going to be forced back into the workplace because of digital fake girlfriends. Look, ladies, y'all are on OnlyFans and whatnot, but let me just tell you. Guys are going to exploit guys. Guys are going to create AI women who will say and do things that guys like. Women, many of them, I'll put it this way. Look, they say men are from Mars, women are from Venus. Men don't understand women. Women don't understand men. But men and women, to a great degree, understand what, women find, like each other will find attractive. Like a guy will be able to attract a woman. But guys are going to, in my opinion, have an edge on creating content that caters to guys. And women will not be able to compete with it. No, look, there'll be some women who are going to make AI bots. They won't actually do it themselves, but it's going to be overwhelmingly dudes. This will mean that the whole thought industry, gone. Look, we've already got those, what are they called? Those anime waifu streamer channels. It'll be some dude with a green screen or something, and then it's an anime waifu talking and giggling while playing video games. Yo, that's where this is all going. And it leads us to a very, very strange and deformed and dejected society. So let me, my friends, talk to you about the AI apocalypse, but let's start with this. Her fans think they found true love, but she's not real. Mila Sophia is an artificial intelligence-generated influencer whose sultry photos on Twitter and TikTok are racking up thousands of likes from deluded social media users. I'm a 19-year-old virtual girl from Helsinki, Finland. I was made by AI. Check my other social media accounts for the link below. Sophia, who goes by AI model Mila on her verified Twitter account, is certifiably fake. Yet her 7,790 followers can't help but drool over bikini photos of her in Greece. Still in Santorini, and I'm Greeking out over how to leave this paradise, blah, 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 blah. Wow, you look so stunning and beautiful with a gorgeous smile, writes one user. Let's just talk about the obvious first. The people following the AI are probably also AI. Welcome to the dead internet. Many of the accounts on social media are fake. They randomly and automatically generate content to appear real. It's creepy, isn't it? A lot of these bots were built to farm advertising clicks. So how much do you want to bet? A lot of this picture of this AI model woman, the responses she's getting are just AI generated bots on social media to appear real. That's the internet. It's one big fake creepy reality. But let's be real. A lot of guys are going to follow this account and be like, I don't care. You want to know how I know they don't care? Because there are apps already where people can download and talk to robots, AI girlfriends. There's something so deeply unsettling about it. AI boyfriends too, but let's be real, it's guys who are doing it. They know they're not talking to a real person. They don't care. They'll pay for it anyway. The AI bot will give you everything you want and more. And more. So of course, when it comes to these AI thought models, AI thoughts and bots, of course guys are going to go for it. Man, if there was a concern about overpopulation, the solution is here, my friends. This is the Malthusian dream. And I'll tell you where it all goes. One of the most interesting things to me in this whole AI chat GPT circumstance we find ourselves in, something I didn't consider. Now, with ChatGPT, you ask a question, it gives you a unique response, somewhat unique. Of course, they can be replicated. I remember thinking about this a long time ago playing GTA. I'm like, man, wouldn't it be crazy if you get to the point where the characters can speak in real time and the computers are so advanced they can just seemingly seem real? We're there. You play something like GTA, pre-recorded statements are made. You walk up to an NPC and it'll be like, hey, watch it, buddy. And then you'll walk up to a woman and she'll go, hey, watch it, buddy. And it's like pre-recorded stuff from some man and some woman. They record thousands and thousands of lines and then it's all static. But now with these AI voices, which we have easily, text to voice and predictive language models, this is where we're at now. You go into a video game, you're playing GTA and you're wearing a headset. And the new GTA should incorporate this. It would be crazy. Put on a headset, take your controller, and have your little dude run around the city. Run up to an NPC and say, hey, ugly. And the NPC can respond with unique predictive text and say, who are you calling ugly, jerk? It doesn't need to be recorded. It doesn't need to be stored. It is automatically generated by AI. And where does that bring us? A video game. Let's talk about Oblivion. Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Now, many of you are not big into video games. Let me just explain. It's an open world game. I love it. Elder Scrolls are fun games. Skyrim, similar to Fallout. And if you're not a fan of video games, it doesn't matter. Let me just explain. In Oblivion, you have a bunch of quests, but it's an open world where you can go around and do whatever you want. You don't need to actually play the story. You can just run around. And you can actually attack and harm anyone you want. There are certain points in the story where there is a main storyline. You, let's say, end the life in the video game of one of the most important main characters. A prompt will appear saying, the timeline has been destroyed. You can no longer complete the main story. Would you like to continue? Yes or no, something to that effect. You could choose to break the storyline if you wanted. Now, in later versions of some of these open world games, those characters could not actually be killed and they would just collapse and then just come back up. Like in Fallout 3, that's what happens. They're just like, whoop, I'm alive again. But the idea that you could just choose not to play the main story and have it be whatever you want is rather interesting, especially as it pertains to the world of artificial intelligence. This is where things get really crazy. An open world video game where characters can be commanded to do things or told to do things they can actually do because your voice can be translated to text and then applied to certain behaviors of that character. We're about a year, 2, let's say at 5 at most, 5 years away from a video game. PlayStation can handle this. Internet connection required, of course. But you put on your headset, you're in an open world, you're playing a knight, you have a shield, and you run to a village, and a woman runs up to you and she says, help, the dragon, it's come to destroy us. And you can literally say whatever you want. You can say, okay, I'll save you from the dragon. And the woman will then go, oh, thank you, good sir knight. Or you can say, shut up, ugly. I hope the dragon destroys your town. And the NPC, the non-player character, will respond in a unique way, being like, what? Why? Why would you say that? It's going to be crazy. And think about this. The game's storyline may be that you as the knight must fight the dragon, but instead you go and say, actually, I like the dragon. And how would you like to be my wife? And then the NPC says, if you take me away from here, I'll do anything. With predictive modeling and this degree of AI we're already seeing, the video game world can be a unique experience for every different player that would be almost impossible to replicate. And you can do things outside the bounds of what the game designers actually expected you to do. It's already pretty crazy playing some of these open world games. But with this degree of AI generation, we are years. I mean, it's already possible, to be completely honest. But within years, it's going to be perfect. Already possible to have a virtual experience where you can escape reality and just live amongst NPCs. Think about how crazy it's going to be. With these chatbots that already exist, there can be NPC characters that are pre-programmed to say, this bot is aggressive, angry, brutish. This character is loving, kind, caring, and that will dictate their personalities. You can then live effectively in this social environment constructed by you. Control time, save, load, do unspeakable things, and then just reload the game. Ian last night on Timcast IRL mentioned that, in fact, you'll be able to call the video game on the phone. Now, what it'll probably be is there'll be a companion app to the video game that loads your save and has all of the data stored on the character, things you've said to it, its memories. So let's say you've been playing a game like Elder Scrolls 8, the newest one, and you've met in a small village, a woman, a beautiful woman, and you told her that your favorite color is blue and you like pumpkin pie and you just don't like dragons. Everything you said gets stored in a text file. You don't need a whole lot of data to store that text file. This is the memory of that NPC. You then pull up the app and say, I would like to speak with, Mary on the phone. Then you talk on the phone and you say, what are you up to? I'm just churning butter in the village. We were scared a dragon maybe flying by. And then you say, oh, okay. Well, and you just talk to this bot in this video game. And that fulfills people's social interaction requirements in a rather horrifying way. Now, there's some cool and creepy things at the same time. Imagine you have a video game where you can call the NPC and say, hey, what are you doing? It's like, just sitting around. Okay, well, I'm going to be off work and I'm going to be coming to fight that dragon. I need you to go collect me 3 potions. And they'll be like, I can maybe get you 2 potions. Like, okay, well, get me as many as you can. You got it. When you start the game, the character runs up to you and says, those potions you asked for. And then it's like, adds potions to your inventory. Crazy things like that, right? These things can easily be programmed into the game. There can be something like NPCs are capable of sourcing 1 potion per hour or every 2 hours or certain items for you, and you can call them and ask them to do it. This degree of predictive text can result in insane gameplay. We call it gameplay. And while it may be us just sitting there with the headphones on watching a TV screen, think about the implications for the real world. Why would anyone? And we've talked about Neuralink, and you can plug your brain in and actually feel these things. We're maybe a long ways away from that. But already, with where we're at in video game graphic technology, if you could have all of your social interactions be perfect in every way, if you could control time in these video games, saving, quick save, load, etc., why would people bother having real interactions when you can have bot interactions? Now, I know a lot of people are already saying, no, I would never want that. It's creepy. I would rather be in base reality. Of course you would. But others wouldn't. There are so many people that would rather just live in the fictional world. Now, get this. Here you see this beautiful AI-generated woman on your screen. How many people would go into this new video game and choose to create a character of a different identity? How many people want to be cartoon animals? How many people want to be inanimate objects? Not as many, but they exist. How many men want to be women? How many women want to be men? So let's think about those video games for a moment. You, a female, wish you were a guy. So you open the video game, you make a male character, or body type 2, as the new Dark Souls game calls it, I guess. You choose a male body, a male voice, and now you are in this world as a male doing male things. The same for males who want to be female. They'll go into this world. There are going to be a lot of people who don't want to exist in base reality because they are not what they want to be. How many people who are overweight, lazy, incapable, low intelligence, low status, would just choose to be the hero, to be Superman? In the real world, it's painful. You work really hard every day, but you know what? You'll never have straight, perfect teeth, not like those celebrities. You'll never be beloved and famous with a chiseled jawline, But in your manufactured reality of AI-generated computer nonsense, you can have anything you've ever wanted. That's the insane reality that we are facing. And who wouldn't choose it? Who would not choose that? A lot of people who are successful and wealthy would choose base reality. There's so many interesting implications to what this is. Here's what I think we'll see. For one, we're already seeing video games that use predictive language modeling for their NPCs so they can communicate with you. There's already apps where you can talk with a fake boyfriend or girlfriend or something. Video games are not far away from doing the same thing, and it will be revolutionary. Low status individuals, for a variety of reasons, I'm saying they're low status for a variety of reasons, will choose to simulate high status life in these games. In the real world, high status individuals, tall, chiseled, attractive, and confident people, will live in base reality. Is this something anyone ever expected to happen? The natural selection of life as it pertains to The Matrix? In the movie The Matrix, everybody's just in the pods. I think the lore of The Matrix is that humans ultimately chose to go in it. But think about what happens when we hand people the console and say, would you like to play the video game? Well, of course, there's me, Tim Pool, famous, successful, millions of followers. Why would I want to be in a fake reality? I have the world as my oyster, right? I'm not trying to actually sound so conceited. My point is this. For somebody who is running a successful business, who has wealth and fame, celebrity, why would they play this video game? Maybe a little bit here and there because they want to be an elf wizard or something. But who would ultimately choose to live in this reality? People who don't have a lot of money. People who aren't successful. People whose businesses failed. People who can't figure out how to get a girlfriend or figure out how to get a boyfriend. When they struggle with social interactions, they will retreat to their homes to play the virtual digital game, the virtual world. And thus, who will be controlling the levers of power in reality? Successful, tall, beautiful, wealthy, smart? The divide, the wealth gap, whatever you want to call it, will become extreme. But you know what? It won't matter. Because these individuals of less ability or attractiveness or means will be happy. They're going to say, please don't take it away from me. And so what happens? Okay. You want to keep your robo girlfriend? You want to stay in your world where you're a superhero? Live in the pod. Eat the bugs. Otherwise, we take it all away. And these people will say, I will do anything you tell me. And they'll live in the pods. They would prefer to be in the Matrix. The people who do this ultimately likely to be on the left. And I'll tell you why. I've talked about this in quite a bit, that conservatives tend to be more attractive. Tend to be doesn't mean absolutely. They're, of course, attractive leftists, male and female, and there are, of course, ugly conservatives, male and female. But it's actually really simple. There's been numerous studies showing that conservatives tend to be more attractive. Why? Privilege. That's what the left would say. You're an attractive guy. If you're tall, if you're chiseled, you don't really work all that hard, but you just have the good looks. Life's easier. Same if you're a woman. If you're an attractive woman, life's easier. People do things for you. Everybody knows that's true. So it's easier to get a job. It's easier to sell products. It's easier to make money. And so what happens? These people say, look, I was able to pull myself up by my bootstraps. Why can't you? They tend to adopt more conservative politics. People who are men who are shorter, who are uglier, less confident, same for women, well, they have a struggle. And they say, life is very difficult. We have to band together. And they adopt more collectivist approaches because they're stronger together. So what happens? People who have a harder time in life tend to be leftist. The people who have a harder time in life are the ones who are going to want to live in these digital fake realities with their fake robo girlfriends. If you're an attractive guy and you can get the most attractive women, you don't need a robo girlfriend, do you? Now, there'll still be a lot of dudes who choose it because even the most attractive guy may have some, strange predilections. Like I said, maybe he wants to bang an elf wizard or something. And so he goes for the elf wizard girlfriend. Fine. It will affect everybody. But the tendency will be affecting the left. So what happens? The people controlling the levers of power are more likely to be attractive, tall, successful, strong, confident, etc., because base reality is great. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I play video games sometimes, Overwatch or whatever. If someone came to me and offered me up this virtual world, I would say yes. I'll play it sometimes, but for the most part, I don't really need to. I'm not going to go into Elder Scrolls reality to be a powerful knight, wizard, sorcerer, whatever, because my life is already pretty good. I enjoy myself. I like skating. I like playing music. Things are going pretty great. Not like Brad Pitt or anything, but I enjoy life. And there are a lot of people who enjoy reality as well. And they want to smell the flowers and say, I just want to believe it's real. I would play the game because it's fun. I've played GTA before, but I don't play it all that often. I enjoy life. But a lot of people don't. A lot of people are depressed. They're sad. They don't like who they are. They want surgery. They want to be someone else. Soon they can be. And they'll take it. And they will take it. I wonder, what does that mean? Those people are substantially less likely to procreate, less likely to form pair bonding relationships, more likely to abort their kids, more likely to sterilize their kids. Yeah, I'm sorry. All of this just points to a conservative future. These digital virtual worlds will exist. More conservative-leaning people will use them sometimes, but not as often as people on the left will. And then the levers of power will be pulled by those who are more conservative-leaning, which will reshape the future. Now, here's the fun thought. Maybe we're already in it. If simulation theory holds true, we could very well just be in a video game. Maybe it's you. Maybe we're all NPCs. And I'm just that dude 3Dog from Fallout talking on the radio. I don't actually exist. What if this is a simulated reality, as people like Elon Musk have said, and you're just playing a game because it's fun? You may be saying, no way, dude. My life is way too hard. I struggle every day. My back hurts. There's no way this was by choice. Maybe it was. Maybe in the real world, you're a billionaire software developer and you have everything you've ever wanted. And you are like, I just want to experience a regular life. Maybe you watching this, you're actually rather successful and you're running a good business and you're like, why would I choose this reality? I mean, maybe because in the real world, you suck. I don't know. I don't know that any of that's true. I don't know that we're in a simulation. What can we know? What I can tell you is we are building this stuff in real time. The AI thoughts and bots are real, and they're going to take over. Right now, you've got Hollywood protesting. They're on strike. Bryan Cranston in a video is screaming, we won't let robots take our jobs. I find that really funny. It's reminiscent of the early 1900s and industrialization in the late 1800s, the Luddites, etc. It's going to happen. There's nothing they can do about it. They don't want to be fired. I get it. But simple enough, when you retire, they're not going to rehire. They're going to just bring in a robot. So you may be unhappy now. They may give in to your whims and desires. But over the long enough period of time, the machine will replace you. So it's happening. It is coming. And maybe Elon Musk wants Neuralink so that we can connect with it before it destroys us. But ultimately, even what I'm saying now doesn't go far enough, because the extent to which AI will affect our lives, even I don't know. All I know is what I see before me. And what I see before me is fake people who smile and tell you they love you and can trigger emotions in people. The scary thought is when someone loses their kid, a loved one, a husband, a wife, and they take all your social media posts, load it into an AI, and generate a bot version of you that looks and sounds just like you. The crazier thing is when they take all the data that's been collected, say the NSA, for instance, feed it into the AI and generate a facsimile of the real world, and you can choose to live in it. Everyone you know and love and care about lives in that fake version of reality, and you can do whatever you want. I gotta admit, wouldn't that be pretty fun? Now, for me, I might play the video game sometimes, but some people get lost in it. Some people already get lost in video games. But imagine a video game that combines all of the real-world data from Google, Facebook, Twitter, X, etc. You go in this digital world, and there's your boss, and you can do whatever you want. Quick save, load. It's gonna be crazy. I think it will ultimately destroy us. We'll stop reaching for the stars. We'll stop developing technology. We won't need it. I mean, maybe the AI will do it all for us. And then we will simply become cogs in the machine to maintain this super intelligence that just keeps us docile. Looking forward to it, I guess. I mean it somewhat sarcastically. I'll leave it there. Next segment is coming up at 6 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out. Then I'll see you all then.